Taka died clutching the note, Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip,
Hi.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
No.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yeah.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
It's not nice.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Depends on how you swing it.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. The spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
No.
Shoot!
Like, yes! Oh,
What
they're
was
too
used
quick.
to kill
Didn't think about that at all.
Maybe justice. Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
No.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but kind of tripped over my own words there. Again, the spotless hammer.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Fuck.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that...
That is.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
That did not.
Shoot!
Based
Maybe-
on the rules,
maybe I
even
need to
if
get
more
it
than
from
one,
there.
only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it...
No, that's wrong!
Break!
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, If only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us that the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but as entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Uh-oh. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case has unfolded, we consider all that. There's really only one person who seems to fit.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Encountering the suspicious individual.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Hey, fuck you.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, a strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Yeah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, you have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yeah. Her taking the lead was very suspicious. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it! Everything! The whole thing was one big act!
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
So they must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. What is he alluding to? I wonder why we're only getting single bullets again.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. Shoot!
There must be a contradiction here somewhere.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said was, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those. No, that's wrong.
There we go.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
Huh.
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away.
How did you know, though?
If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is... have been drinking.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate
Oh,
you.
shut up. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? There we go again.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out!
Whoops.
Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
There you go. Could not bend at the waist for more than 90 degrees.
You dressed me up in that then you just draped me. You tried to make me look
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
Danganronpa! Break!
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it
No,
was.
that's wrong! Ooh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey Fumi, who was it? Who tried to kill you? I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said people's last names?
That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
Celeste?
And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
They have to do something to make her accept it. Maybe that's her handbook.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Okay then.
Hifumi was trying to... He wanted us to know
middle.
the killer's last name.
Yasu, if there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only
I pressed the
truth there
wrong
is.
button. I wanted to slow it down, but instead I opened the wheel. Fuck me.
Hifumi was. He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person.
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Nine?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since
You have no way to contradict me.
What?
That's the only truth
Okay.
there is! Moron!
Okay, what's Yasuhiro's message then? Wait, hold on a second. Those hitboxes, yeah, I know, right? Mean the dining hall? Yeah.
He wanted us to know the killer's last name. Yasuhiro.
if there's one person here who might have that
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name.
I actually don't know.
Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
As the
Hifumi was
handle.
trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name.
Do you know anything else about it?
If there's one person here who might have that last name.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone.
How many times do I have to tell you? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. If and since you have no way to contradict
This would make sense. Oh, last
No,
time
it's wrong.
I was right then.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it! When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one! Now this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then, let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Okay, let's do this.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing argument. That's a weird facial expression. That bag of chips is from here, so we don't need that. Wow, the imagery. So sad. Like he had only just like lost his best friend Mondo and now he's dead himself. This one. Oh, hold on. He's looking at his watch there. Ooh. One o'clock? Oh no, it has to be here. Huh. These are old. These two. Mm-hmm. Justice Hammer 2. No, Justice Hammer 2 was used here. No. Oh gosh, yeah. On the tarp. Hold on, no, this how much 2 was used here. 3 there, yeah.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect, so when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Yikes.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
Bam! Complete!
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Jeez. Nice. An A. Cool. Nice.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay.
It's
If you
time.
would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh gosh. It's basically a formality at this point, but again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who defies his whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then, did you use, you know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And she used it to tie... Wow. That accent should just leave my mouth right now. And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. Oh, I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
what? Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I taken, you know what, to Taka's room earlier. I took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her.
You are correct. This is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then, it's hard for me to even say, he abused me.
what?
What?
And then he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice. Jesus Christ.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but...
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far!
It was amazing how completely he bought it. Oh shit. The accent is gone again. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't imagine how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Oh, wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Huh?
Actually,
Saka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean...
Taka is going to try to kill you.
What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself.
That bastard!
This is unforgivable!
Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly,
Can you allow him to continue with these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I've come up with a plan.
Huh?
I devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem.
You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But, when you were explaining your plan to Ifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that? Assuming you had actually let him live.
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead when someone showed up. I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on.
And you really believe that?
But of course. That wasn't all there is to it. As I explained to Ifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Ifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical.
It just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Ifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So he had planned to kill him all along.
But of course. There would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue, and it simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money?
Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie. Yeah.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle?
Castle?
And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal.
That's what life is all about.
Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
what is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared?
My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people, I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious.
And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I would think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey,
You just get executed again.
Thus smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling! The Blackhead disturbed the peace and must pay the price!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her! The ultimate gambler!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again, in another life.
Oh gosh.
Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment.
They're gonna burn her. The burning of the Versailles witch. I get you. Wow.
It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and...
Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not
Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh. How exciting.
Wow. Oh man, oh jeez. Oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it.
What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Okay. Things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya.
See ya.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but What's that key that Celeste gave you?
So,
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
What? Then that means...
Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else, head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? She spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know.
Then I'll go too.
What?
You?
Please let me go!
Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
You do whatever you want.
Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay?
Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together?
Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone.
Oh.
Try to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah,
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's safe. Thank goodness. Never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart.
I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
Oh, and... I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow.
I'm doing my best, so please wait just a little while longer.
So, now we can officially say the case is closed.
As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now.
I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. We do that?
Indeed.
It's only natural that you think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too.
No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me?
Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends.
I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more.
Dan,
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see,
what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes. So I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
the boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor on it. In the storage closet there, way in the back.
She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. Could it really be hidden in there? She said it was in the way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? I think I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. As early as if I were being yanked in. Gashunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. Go back in the closet, there's a secret room.
So this is the secret room. What's in here? There's a bunch of files. What looked like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand. But before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. You'd understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know?
Oh gosh.
A strange sound rang out through my head. I felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. It was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. A dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least.
Oh god.
An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even though that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. I can't see it in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound is coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Crack! Da! Gunk! Baka! What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Kacha! Baku! Hagagya! Hiya! Paching!
Oh gosh.
Before before me there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side is not human. That's for sure. But regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is... The Next Generation Legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. The end. Ooh, the group is getting small. To be continued. Right now! Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Mono killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Hifumi killed Taka. Then Celeste killed Hifumi. And then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. The next morning in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case.
So now there's only 5 of us here.
Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace.
That's true. Still, what did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy? Can that really be true?
Makoto, are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let's eat till we pass out.
Huh? What do you mean in that case?
Well, cause look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be cause you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you feel your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up, so let's eat.
Okay.
Let's fry up some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
What? That's like Deep Impact style, Meteor Impact, Extinction level event combinations of foods.
What? Those are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give it into despair just yet.
She's right. You have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it.
Yeah, think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like when we're gonna get out of here, right?
For serious.
When this is all over. I think I want to get reborn for serious. Reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone who was about to die would say.
I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders.
Huh? What makes you so sure?
According to the
I predicted
spirits...
I predicted it last night, since it revealed itself to me from the ether. There's no doubt about it.
However,
How accurate is your fortune telling anyway?
How about that?
I can usually hit 20 or 30% on a good day.
That seems really low.
It's not like some occult mystery.
Well, yeah, it's not like it's ESP or whatever. Of course I'm not gonna get it right. Of course, I'm only gonna get it right sometimes.
The occult is bullcrap.
I told you, my fortune telling isn't some occult thing.
So,
Fortune telling isn't occult?
You got it all wrong.
Of course not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cattle mutilation.
Cattle what?
So,
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of their research.
Actually,
No, you're calling it an urban legend? As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. It all happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and headed home.
but
And before long,
the end is nigh.
the sky was filled with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess. You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up to the manager's grill, and they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork with it.
How about that?
Now do you see? That is cattle mutilation.
I kinda got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of. How dare you?
Well, you do stink though.
That's fine.
That's fine? Anyway, I hope your prediction turns out to be true.
Well, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
yeah.
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
indeed.
Nor I. There goes for me too, of course. I would never kill any of my friends. I feel like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too. But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves.
Yeah, we're better off without him, I say.
That was enough to prove we were united for the time being. But within that bond hid weakness and fragility. All-star apologies. We began our search as soon as we'd finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up and what was waiting for us. Okay, let's go. Let's check it out. A new part of the school. Okay. So now we have access to the 4th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. Maybe this time we'll find some kind of clue. No, this time I have to find it. What is this? Why is there grating? There's a mosquito here. Data lab? Music? Ooh. Office. Headmaster. Huh. That's blocked off. Oh. Chemical lab. Chemistry. 4B, and that's 4A. Where do we want to go first? You decide, Ari. Chem lab. Inside the room, the smell of medicine was oppressive. So this is the chem lab. Hoping handling all this stuff doesn't do permanent damage. Huh. It's a remarkably big shelf, and it's stocked with all kinds of medicine.
That's right.
Oh, listen, Makoto, listen! Just take a deep breath and calm down and listen to me! Okay, Hina, just chill out. There's all kinds of stuff we didn't have before. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, creatine.
Okay.
And what? They even have protein Zymex? What's that? A high-quality protein drink. That's nothing like that cheap swill in the warehouse. It's connoisseur level. Oh yeah? This is amazing! It's a gold mine! All my prayers have finally been answered. Time to load up some more prayers then. A gold mine, huh? Interesting. Let's check out the classrooms. See if there's anything interesting to find here. Hello, I'm Monokuma from the school store. I'm very kind. Gather up your coins and come play with me, or I might die of loneliness. One day, I saw Monokuma in class. Oh, gobble gobble. Well, that's me on there. Why me specifically? Also, hi. I'm glad this floor got opened up and all, but there's like a ton of locked rooms up here. Same. Oh. Data lab. No good, the door's locked. Guess I won't be getting in there. According to the nameplate, this is called the data center. But what's behind the door is a total mystery. Okay then. You don't have to check the toilets. Check the music room. No. Oh! This is the music room. I kind of like remember these parts from like Danganronpa. I shouldn't say that. Those are spoilers for people who don't know that yet. So I'm gonna shut my mouth. It's hardly even a classroom. It's more like an actual concert hall. Is this a grand piano? Piano? It seems really old. I bet it's worth a lot of money. Of course, without someone around who can play it, it's totally useless. That's why we need Ibuki for. So,
She doesn't play the piano, she just rocks out. Never mind. We need the new protagonist from the third game for that.
Hey,
You know, you haven't told me what you think yet. What I think?
so...
About the secret room in the boys' bathroom. I did find the secret room, but as soon as I started looking around, I was attacked.
What?
Attacked by who? Well, they came from behind and I didn't have any time to react, so I didn't see who it was. When I came to, the mountains of files and documents were all gone. I'm sorry. I know how important those were.
That's fine.
It's okay. I already saw what I needed to in here. I half suspected the mastermind might come after you. What?
Because...
When I discovered the room, the mastermind must have seen me on the surveillance camera in the hallway. They must have seen me go into the boys' bathroom and not come out again. So, I wanted you to go and see it. I wanted to see how the mastermind would react. Essentially, I wanted to find out if the mastermind actually knew about that room.
it would seem...
But to attack you and steal everything in the room, that must mean there was some unknown clue in there that could reveal the mastermind's identity. Then you knew I was gonna get attacked?
That doesn't matter.
You can handle that kind of thing though, right? After all, you're a boy. What? What does she think a boy is? Fine, I understand. Let me ask you something else. Do you know about that note that was left in there? The note that said you must not leave?
Just a second.
We shouldn't talk about that. Not here. Give us a quick glance at the surveillance camera.
So...
I'm looking into it. If I find out anything, I'll let you know.
Listen to me.
Is that okay? It sounded like she was asking, but it was clear I wouldn't have any say in the matter.
So then...
So, now it's your turn. Let's hear your secret. Huh? Did you think I wouldn't notice? You're hiding something.
Am I wrong?
That's...
What?
What's the matter? If you're worried about the camera, why not just write it down? Well...
Hey,
We're friends, so you should be able to trust me. Is that what you said before? You're right, there shouldn't be any secrets between friends, but there's nothing worse than expressing doubt about your friend when you don't have evidence for it. Should I tell her or not? I think I should tell her. Okay. I haven't found conclusive evidence yet. If I talk about it now, it could just make things that much worse. Friends shouldn't keep secrets, but there's nothing worse than expecting... Oh, it's not letting me tell her! It could just make things much worse. Sorry, I can't tell you, not yet.
correct.
So, that's your answer.
However...
But do you think that's fair? You were happy to hear what I had to say, but now you're unwilling to share? I'm sorry, I really am!
That's fine.
It's fine.
Goodbye.
If those are parting words, Kyoko left me standing there alone. I think I made her mad. Dang it! If I can... The Hatmaster's room. There must be something worthwhile in there. Oh, the door is locked. Damn it! Okay. The office. This is the office. Of course, there was no hint of any teachers that we'd normally be able to rely on. What? Huh? There's a picture on the floor. This picture.
What did he do? Why so many plants? I know, right? Hey, Ovexes, how you doing? I don't understand. I mean, I get what this picture is, but what is she mad about? Is the question. Here's a nice reminder that your friends are dead. Yeah, I know, right? Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka? Smiling face on the 3 people who are dead now. A classroom without metal plates over the windows. It's exactly the same! It's just like that picture I saw before! There's no way this isn't important somehow. You're smiling the way you'd expect any normal teenager to smile, except for Celeste. She is not smiling. Just a normal group of high schoolers living a normal school life. I can't possibly believe they were able to smile like that in the world of despair like this. So does that mean this picture was taken before they ever came to Hope's Peak? It should mean everyone in the picture knew each other before they got here? It's a tsundere smile. Sure. Including Sayaka? No, there's no way! Monokuma did it! It must be fake!
You're fake!
Monokuma popped out of nowhere and snatched a picture from my hand.
Forgery plot? What are you, a middle schooler? You think the moon landing was fake too? Come on! Come on!
You're saying this picture is real?
Hey! If there was such a thing as the Noble Truth Prize, I take first, second, and fourth place.
Too bad.
Actually, that's probably not true.
I ask you a question. Is this picture real or is it fake?
Oh, Makoto, you're so eager to split things in half, aren't you?
Hey!
But it's no use. It's just no use. If you try to split something in that can't be split, you'll end up feeling like you're the one being split.
It's true.
The picture is real. No more, no less.
Without another word, Monokuma disappeared. Thanks. Thanks. Just a... I got biscuits. They're nice. So the picture is real? It's really real? If that's true, if that's the case, I've already taken a good look at things around here. There's a lot to think about. For now I should head back to the dining hall and talk to the others. Not long after I got to the dining hall, the others began to trickle in. And after a few minutes...
So, is this everyone?
Well then.
Okay, let's discuss what we all discovered. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Kyoko? She's ignoring me.
So,
Hey, Makoto. Does Kyoko seem upset to you?
that's right.
She is, isn't she? She's totally mad.
Yeah, it looks like it.
What's your deal?
I bet it's your fault, isn't it? You must have done something to her.
Ah, this is bad. Oh. Metal sheets had been attached to all the windows on the fourth floor.
None of them budged it, none of them budged an inch.
In other words,
Just like everywhere else. Escape from the 4th floor seems unlikely. That was to be expected, though.
I found a couple of rooms on the 4th floor, but they were locked. The data center and the headmaster's room. Headmaster's room.
The headmaster's room. That sounds like exactly the kind of place we'd find some clues. If we could somehow unlock the door and get inside.
But
Who cares about a stupid lock?
how about that?
It should be no problem for the world's strongest missing link to knock down one measly door.
What was that? No, please, continue. Did you just say I've got the nicest butt in the block? The curviest hips in town? Is that what you said?
Hell no, I didn't.
Then what did you say? Because I know you weren't talking about tearing down the door to the headmaster's room.
Unbelievable.
Knocking down your headmaster's door? What kind of war and education are you trying to start here?
Your teacher had
That's
such
my
faith in
room, you know.
and this
It's
kind of
now,
me
anyway.
With betrayal?
And you're thinking of busting it down? You seriously don't want to piss me off? Do you have any idea how much bacteria lives on a single bear claw?
No, I was just kidding. Please don't get mad.
Damn it.
I'm not mad.
You're totally mad. Smileys.
This is kind
Fucking-
of depressing.
Emotes. I don't know why I called them smileys just now. That's a really old name for them.
I was hoping I wouldn't have to add a rule for this, but if you're gonna go around having those thoughts, I have no choice but to add to the school regulations. Seriously?
Too bad.
Breaking down a locked door is prohibited! There, now that's a rule now, you jerks!
The new rule has been added to the regulations menu.
Is he gone? You man, I was scared for my life. I was sure he was gonna kill me for serious.
Well, but if he would go out of his way to make up a rule like that, there's no doubt that something important must be hidden in the headmaster's room.
But now that's a rule, there's nothing we can do.
Dang it.
There's a big shelf in the chem lab on the 4th floor, and it had all kinds of chemicals and stuff. And there was an all-star cast of nutrient additives and supplements. You should at least go take a peek. I highly recommend it.
I think you and Ogre are probably the only ones interested in stuff like that.
Oh, but it's not all good stuff, though. There's medicine and health stuff, but on top of that, there was also a bunch of different poisons.
Poison? They're all labeled clearly, though, so it would be hard to grab one by mistake.
it's true.
Still, we better make sure we're careful around there. And we probably shouldn't tell Byakuya or Toko about the poison, right?
What do you mean?
Well, just in case. You know what I'm trying to say.
Just in case. Yeah, I think you're right.
However,
Byakuya, it won't be long before he's discovered for himself. But to put something as dangerous as poison right out in the open, that's absolutely the work of the mastermind.
So, has everyone said what they needed to say?
I think so.
For serious?
But it looks like nobody found any clues at all, let alone a way out of here. It hasn't been. I haven't been this depressed since my house burned up to the ground. Someone do something to cheer me up.
Can I say something?
How about that?
It's because my dad was smoking in bed.
No, I have something I'd like to report. So, you guys all remember, right? You remember when I found that picture up on the 3rd floor the other day?
Perhaps. You mean the one that showed Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon all together, right?
Yeah, I remember. What about it? Well, I found another one. Another picture almost just like that one. Another one? But this time, the picture was of Celeste, Fumi, and Sayaka. And they were all smiling.
And the classroom in the picture didn't have any metal covering the windows. So the picture of Mono, Chihiro, and Leon wasn't the only one. Now you found one that Celeste, Hifumi had Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka? But how can that?
Conspiracy!
Monokuma must have faked it.
But if the picture is real, then everyone who was in it, there would have been some kind of hidden connection there, don't you think? Some deeper truth that we just don't understand.
What?
Can't be, it's a fake.
But Monokuma said it was real. I know we could just write that off as a lie, but...
So then...
Then you trust Monokuma's word over the people who have died? Huh?
Because...
That's what you're saying, isn't it? No, that's not it. I'm shocked. You told everyone how we should believe in our friends, but you refuse to do the same. That's not... What's going on, Kyoko? Why are you getting so emotional? I don't understand why she's so angry.
Hey, come on.
Come on, guys, stop fighting, or all your good luck is gonna float away. Anyway, Makoto, you're thinking about it too much. There's no way Monokuma didn't fake that picture.
Of course.
He's just trying to confuse us. You shouldn't listen to anything Monokuma has to say. You might be right, but still. Are you still so conflicted?
What?
It looks like you guys have stopped playing nice. Byakuya! You all have the same sunken look on your faces. You were all so ugly before. You shouldn't let them sink any lower. When I look at you, it makes me think of a frog sinking into a pile of manure.
You know?
Sorry.
Just a second.
Why are you apologizing?
What the heck?
Leave us alone. You're not part of this.
That's right.
That's true enough. Your problems aren't mine. We are and always will be completely separate. So whatever's causing your faces to turn so ugly has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I happen to discover a vital clue, it wouldn't concern you in the slightest. Huh? Did he finally just say something useful? And I gotta end it right now. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys all so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.